Uh, I thought I'd do a video primarily pitched to aspiring musicians, people thinking of taking up an instrument, learning to play music. I'm not necessarily pitching it for young people because older folks too can start afresh and learn something. But most people, when they start an instrument, start at a fairly young age. So I'm kind of pitched in that world. The first thing you want to do is decide, other than what instrument you have an interest in. Tons of guitarists out there, and I, played saxophone and piano, but guitar was the one I principally had an interest in. And the first thing you want to do is decide, apart from the instrument, is why you are doing it. And of course, you have to look forward, because once you're a musician forever. So, are you going to become a professional or do what I did, which is mostly self-taught and mostly amateur, although I have been on TV and played on the radio and played for weddings and restaurants and numerous things, but never took it so seriously that I thought of myself and the true professional and in that manner, and even more so now. So don't be sending me any money because I don't want money. I don't want to jeopardize my amateur status for tax reasons and for whatever other reasons there might be. A lot of complexity comes with having something as a business. So anyway, once you decide why you're doing it, if you are like me and just want to be an amateur and kind of put thought into what reasons you want, apart from making money. A lot of competition out there for professional musicians, tons of people on YouTube. One reason to become a musician is to bring beauty in the world, and there's aesthetics in music, and you would, as the entertainer, you can appreciate it yourself. You can your social network. You can take a guitar to a campfire, use it to woo the ladies or whatever way you're going to go in a social context, and so that's really the option for the self-taught, mostly amateur approach. Being a professional is a totally different world. Once you've made sure what you want to do, a big item to think about is whether you want to learn to read music. Reading music is like learning a language, and it helps to start young, and you're going to have to put some effort into it. If you want to learn to speak French, you're going to have to put a little effort into that. I'm sure there are videos on YouTube. I haven't looked for them on how to be or how to read music, but it's important if you want to play the kinds of music I enjoy the most, classical, flamenco, blues, ragtime, all these things you can learn from books. Sheet music is out there. There's websites for public domain sheet music. I saw one for classical guitar. So there are many options. Go out to the music store and buy some sheet music for yourself, but you got to learn how to read it, and it opens up a world for you. If you don't do that, then you're in the world of knowing some chords, having friends show you, or there are demos on YouTube that you can learn things from, and you can play rock and stuff like that, and get a stomp box, learn only a few chords, master little techniques. You become a bit of a sound technician, sometimes worrying about the electronics that type of music you deal with. But I am here to talk about more of the acoustic side of things. The other aspect I want to discuss is making videos. Everybody wants to make videos. That's, part of the idea of being a musician. It's not just beauty and whether to make money, but it's also if you want to leave a legacy. Perhaps putting something on YouTube will last forever. I don't know. Maybe when the Earth or the sun turns into a red giant, swallows up the Earth, your video will still make it out on some Voyager spacecraft, gold record or whatever, and so you'll be preserved for immortality. And something to think about. H.P. Lovecraft said that oblivion is preferred to immortality, so something to think about. Anyway, if you want to produce videos, which most people seem to want to do these days, especially in the world of music, I wrote down a couple thoughts of things you need to concentrate on. First, you have to pick an instrument. Obviously, you want to you have to worry about what room you're in, especially with acoustics. You have to worry about placement of the camera. I'm sitting here staring at myself and to see if I'm in the frame and all that. So, the techniques are pretty good these days, technology. Also, you need to think about the distance of the microphone. There's a lot of placement issues in trying to capture acoustics correctly. Then you have to worry about technique. You become a better guitarist, and in the world of classical guitar, you can spend an eternity worrying about how the tone can be produced better in exactly the style you play. It's difficult to be self-taught and produce a real good tone. But you can, a little practice helps, and concentrating on technique. There are videos on how to play classical guitar, and maybe I'll give my hand at trying to teach what I know, some of what I know. Then you have to worry about production equipment, cameras, software, lighting. As I mentioned, if you get into the business side of things, it's a wholly different world if you're producing CDs or something like that. And then there's the idea of you also need to worry about listening equipment. You're going to sound better if you have a good set of speakers, or maybe you're producing a CD or whatever. And so I've said things that are quite obvious to many folks, and I'm just trying to sort of give a general overview of what it means to be a self-taught musician. The professional sorts, part of me, what it is to be a professional is to develop a little bit of an ego side of it and have an attitude about the right way to do things, and that's fine. People want to know the absolute perfect, correct way to do stuff, but short of perfection, there is still beauty to be found, and so there's much room for self-taught, mostly amateur guitarist. That's what I am, and I don't want to steer you the wrong way. So if that's what you want to become, then perhaps I'll produce another video that'll be of interest for you to watch. Okay, I've been talking for a while, and I'm not going to talk anymore for now. So bye-bye.